All right, DJ Disciple. Have one more, your name, where you're from. Matter of fact, come on down here. I think we need to see the people better. And we need to get you on camera, too, you know. Go ahead, sweetheart.
Hi, my name is Shardina, AKA the Girl. I've been one of the first women DJs in New York, one of the pioneers, and did parties for Mel Sharon. I specialize in the garage classics, and I've been trying to do parties that specify just classics and soulful house. And I did a few parties, but the venues are asking for so much money. It's just phenomenal. You know, if you want to do a weekend, it's just like you just can't do it. Unless you have a huge group behind you, it's almost impossible. And my purpose for being here is to spread love and music together, because that's what it's all about for all of us. I mean, music is life, and we have to be creative, and that's the positive of what's going on in our lives. So I feel very bad when I look around the club scene and all I hear are places where they're just playing hardcore techno or trance music, and they don't really play much house. They really very barely touch classics. And I feel that New York should be a versatile type of town where everyone can find their venue and the type of style that they want. So I'm here because I want to see what's going on here and see if there's any answers where we can figure out a way where we can get the music out there without having to go through all these major changes. Okay.
Give it up.
And by the way, I just want to let you know that I also have 3 syndicated radio shows on the internet where I play Paradise Garage Classics.
But you're not telling us what they are.
I will tell you.
Okay.
On Monday nights, I do a show at 7 p.m. It's on www.soulfulnationradio.org. And I do all classics for an hour. Mm-hmm. And then I have a show on Thursday, which is on wildcatfm.com. And I also do classics for an hour. That's at 9 o'clock. And then a show on Friday, which is at Night Out Radio. And that's at 8 p.m. And these shows go out throughout the U.S., London, the UK, and all over the world. So that's my way of spreading love and energy throughout the world.
Well, thank you. Yes. We need that. Yes. Thank you. Is there anyone else want to? Okay, I got a few people. Okay, you got to come down here. You're talking about legends. Talking about legends. Kenny Carpenter, y'all.
Hello, family. How's everybody doing? My name is Kenny Carpenter, and I'm here because Carlos Sanchez invited me. That's why I'm here. All right, what I want to say is that...
First of all, have you ever seen anything like this in the many years that you've been...
I have never seen a gathering like this here. Only maybe for like the Winter Music Conference or something like that years ago when it was good. Yeah. Yeah, well, this is a good gathering. I'm glad that everybody's here. I think this is a wonderful gathering, and I think that there's issues that we need to talk about regarding the club scene in New York. I want to say this. I think that a lot of people that are here are probably garage and loft heads, right? And I think that one of the things, if you think about that era, right, from what I remember, you know, there was no booze. There wasn't an issue about, you know, what you spend at the bar because there was no bar, right? Mm-hmm. Right. I think that the bar is one of the main things that messed up a club. That's why David Mancuso didn't want a bar. He didn't want alcohol in his club because he knew that this is what was going to happen, you know? Like somebody else had mentioned, I don't like going to a club and feel that my arm is twisted in order to get a drink, you know? If I want to buy a drink, I want to buy a drink, but I don't want anybody to have to tell me that I need to buy a drink to be there. I already paid you $15 to get in or whatever. Now I got to pay $15 or $20 to get a drink. I don't think that's fair. You know, I've been living in Italy for 11 years now. I left this city a while ago, and I've been living in Italy. And I play clubs all over Europe, and I've traveled all over the world. And it's only in New York City where I see this thing where people are trying to twist people's arms or making them feel like they're not good enough or whatever because they didn't buy a drink. I mean, they got table service in Europe or whatever too. You know, I don't like it. To be honest with you, I don't like it when they have like a little table like this here and somebody's rented this table for $500 and they feel a little bit more elite than the rest of the people that are dancing. That's one of the things, yeah, that's one of the things, in my opinion, that this fuck the club scene up. Excuse my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language. You know? So, you know what? I was discussing this with Carlos earlier, and you know what I think? I think that if we don't want to deal with that, we need to build our own venues. We need our own venues where we don't have somebody else trying to tell us when we got to drink and what we got to spend once we pay the admission to get in. So that's my opinion, and I hope that somebody here has got some money. You know, who's ever got the money, step on up. You know what I'm saying? And let's build our own club so that we can cater to the people that we want to cater to and the music that we like.
Kenny Carpenter, y'all. 1 second, I got you, baby. What? I'm there. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Because he's talking about owning a club.
I did that already. I did that already.
We want to know as
well, I'll tell you why.
urban people trying to get a building in New York City to buy a club, what are some of the things that you would need? And then the things that you see other club owners going through, you know you start wearing that hat now. You know all of your friends is going. You know who you are. All of your friends is going to be coming for free.
But I don't want. That's been a problem for years.
Yeah, but you know, let me answer his first issue. One of the reasons. One second. One of the reasons why that it is important to buy a drink when you go to the club, even if it is at the bottle. So we do bottle service here, and sometimes I thank God for it, to be honest with you. One of the reasons why is because a lot of the clubs in New York City don't have an idea of how to bring people to the club. So what they do is they hire people like some of us in this room called promoters to promote. And it is the promoters who usually make a deal with the club that they'll take the door. So the promoters will make the door the entry fee, and the club then is left to run their night off the bar receipts. Now the bar receipts add up to be about 1/3 of what you drink. So if you buy a drink for $10, the bar might make $6 to $7 off of it. I mean, at least that's what it was when I was doing it. If you buy a fountain drink, like a beer or something, I'm going to make a lot more. I'm going to make a lot more. If you buy a water, I'm going to make a hell of a lot more. Really, I'm going to make a hell of a lot more. So if you want to know why it is important to buy a drink and why the clubs are so much behind, like, hey, this party is great, but nobody's drinking, it's because they can't keep their lights on. So they started a thing called bar guarantees, where the bar is guaranteed to make a certain amount of money. My bar guarantee 7 years ago for a Thursday night was $10,000. Eric Murillo had to pay $10,000 if the bar didn't make $10,000. It cost me on any given night to run the club between $2,500 and $3,000. So if I only made $3,000 at the bar, I broke even. If I break even, that means I lost money because I spent my time there. So it is not always that we go into the club and they're forcing us to buy the drinks. It's that the club has opened up its doors. And when I was involved with that deal at Shelter, it was well over $1.5 million. That was cash. That wasn't even including the sweat equity, reaching your hand into a nasty toilet, or watching people bring a bottle from outside. I'm not going to look at Chris, but watching people. Where's he at? He already got his hand up. I would watch this guy. Check it. We didn't have a policy where we search bags. And I would watch my patrons come to the door. Hey, Kevin, what's up? He'd hand me his $12, and then he'd go in. When he got in, he'd pull out his Poland spring water bottle. And then be talking shit to the, yo, man, they charge $3 for this. Shh. Yo, man, I can get this outside for $1. But then he would take that same Poland Spring and go into the bathroom and fill it up. So you know what I did? I turned off the cold water. Now, the unfortunate thing is when I turned off the, excuse me? I'm not completely sure because soap cleans with hot water or cold water.
That's an anecdote.
Well, if somebody was dehydrated there, then we would give them a bottle of water. And I'm sure that Mercedes can attest to many nights when I went up on the floor with a huge garbage can of water and gave it away. Anyway, that was just me. What I'm saying to you is not always it's the fault of the club. The clubs have a hard enough time. This place has insurances. It has things that this club actually went through that we don't even know about. Dealing with the city is very expensive. To get closed down one time for one nightclub, it could cost you $100,000 for 1 week. That's in lost revenues and fines and legal fees. So it's not always as easy as it may seem to just do away with. But I am one who agrees with you. When you buy a ticket to the movie, you shouldn't have to buy popcorn. So I'm in the middle of all that. Okay, Dave, come on down. Shut up. This is Dave McQueen, y'all.
Hi, my name is David McQueen, and I'm part of the United Souls, and I'm also the producer and promoter of One On Nasty House Party, along with my partner Sharon Tony, who's up there. And I'm overwhelmed about the turnout. We have been meeting just for a little while. However, United Souls has been meeting here since October. And just to see that our first turnout for the town hall meeting is so successful, it gives me hope. Because I don't know about you, but I didn't come in here tonight to just dish the dirt and talk about what's wrong. I came in here tonight to try to find out why and what can we do to change. And I've heard a lot of excuses, but I think the initial question was, when I paid my $20 to support the party, why do I still have to buy a bottle after I get here? I think that was the initial question, and that's a question that we all have. As a promoter, I remember having a party just recently, and it was 500 people in the room. The bar guarantee was $5,000, and at the end of the night, we didn't make the bar guarantee. The party was packed, but we didn't make the bar guarantee. So what happens is we have to go to the door that you paid, and we have to take those receipts at the door and turn it over to the bar owner. And not to bash the bar owner, but he has certain obligations, as Kevin so pointedly pointed out. When he walks in his door and turns on his lights, that's a bill. When he hires a staff to serve your water, that's a bill. When he pays for the electricity that we dance to the music with, that's a bill. So he has a side and he has a position. However, I think he also has a responsibility to meet us halfway. And in meeting us halfway doesn't mean that you sell $14 rum and cokes to a house community party. Meet us with some $4 fruit drinks. Give me some $2 Poland Springs. Help me help you. You know, I think, you know, what I'm trying to say is that we can't do anything singularly. What we can do to affect change is show that we're unified. That means the body and the souls and the Cielos and the What On Nasties and Frankie Paradise and Charles Jackson and Carlos Sanchez, everybody who does parties, Soul Gathering and Soul Summit. You know, we all are in this together as one family. And we have to show our unification by coming together and affecting some change despite our differences in our culture or our race and our color. Our common denominator is our love for house music. You know. So we're doing that tonight. We're starting here. This is ground one. And I'd like to challenge you. I'd like to invite you all to join us as we fight and as we come up with ideas collectively on how we can affect change. And, you know, give your number to Red or Kevin or Barbara or myself and join us at Cielo when we meet. And let's make a difference. Thank you.
Yes. Nice. Okay. You can come on this side.